Tennessee, near Jackson, Tennessee. And these are constructed in 300 BC. And the population lived here between about 300 BC and 900 AD. So these are tribal of the Native American tribes that we know of today. They're actually the people prior to that. And it's essentially a pyramidal mound that was constructed using dirt over a period of time where they would migrate here on some kind of migratory path from different regions. The way they know that is the dirt in the mound is actually comes from other areas around the country, and so they've documented that, and they recognize that it was built by tribal migration and people bringing buckets or baskets of dirt with them and placing it on this mound. So clearly this location must have some kind of earth energies or significance of some kind that would cause them to want to perform that here. But essentially it's an earthen pyramid right here in the United States. We do actually have pyramids. This is the second tallest pyramid in the United States. I believe the first is in Illinois by the Mississippian or pre-Mississippian tribal people, built about the same period. And of note, interestingly, this is the same period as the Mayans existed, roughly in that same time frame. So about the time of Jesus Christ walking the planet. And so there was some kind of knowledge of pyramids that was pervasive throughout the Americas at that time. And there was reasons they were building them, which we're not exactly sure, but they were used ceremonially. There is archaeological components to the site. It does align with the equinox, much like the Mayan Chichen Itza. And in addition to that, there's other astral alignments and some snake symbolism found, just like the feathered serpent at Chichen Itza, which indicates knowledge and wisdom of how to run a society. So this could have been a very centralized place for the tribal people in this area. So I'm shooting from on top of the tallest mound, and this is looking due north to that flat top mound, which is now the museum. And the mound that I'm on is almost 100 feet tall, and it is aligned with the cardinal directions north, south, east, and west at the base. The base is rectangular and aligns directly with the cardinal coordinates. So these are the two most prominent glyphs that were found in this site. These were actually carved or etched, I should say, onto a bone fragment, actually a part of a human skull, and they're thought to be worn on their knees or kneecaps when performing ritualistic ceremonies here at the site. And this one, what obviously jumps out to me immediately is the eye in the middle, which we all know is a universal symbol for the pineal gland, and the third eye, which is the portal into wisdom. I believe it kind of is snake-like, the structure surrounding it, surrounding the eye, and it seems to represent, in my mind, sort of a portal where wisdom and knowledge is coming through. This one, I think those starlight alignments looks to me like the belt of Orion, and there could be significance to those, but those appear to represent stars. And then in the middle, I'm not really certain, but it kind of looks like a time warp, if you will, something of that nature. So potentially they were here at this site performing these ceremonies and receiving the knowledge and wisdom from wherever that may come from, and that's up for speculation and debate. So here at the Pinson Mounds in Pinson, Tennessee, which is on the western portion of the state, just about an hour or two away from Memphis. And you can see this is one of the secondary mounds that was aligned with the primary mound. They're a fairly good distance apart. I actually drove over here, and it's quite a large site. It really would have been, you know, a large city, if you will, that had thousands of people here. You can easily see how it would be able to support that. And then there's another mound over there. So I'm sure these all have significance. I'm not going to have the time to dig into what that is. Didn't even know this site existed. I just stumbled upon it on my drive across from Dallas to Asheville, North Carolina, and thought I had to come see it. Really interesting stuff. So as it turns out, these are actually burial mounds, and they did excavate them and find the remains of 6 women, as well as those skull, kneecap etched bones, and some other artifacts in here. And this is due south of the secondary, or the second largest mound, right across the way.